Do you have trouble motivating your team to do tasks? Or when you ask them, they are sort of standoffish, or then they just do it and they do a half-assed job? Do you ever come across that? Well, I'm going to show with you today a strategy in which you can implement that is going to make your team feel more engaged, more empowered, motivated, and more importantly, they're going to over deliver than anything else. I'll tell you what my time in the military has taught me is that, yes, you could be told to do a job. You're going to do it because you're being directed to do it, but you're not necessarily going to feel great about doing it. What we do know is about managers is, look, we are now in a people influencing business. Now, you could take that military approach and just do it, but you're not going to feel great about doing it. We want to have your team feeling empowered and inspired to complete tasks by making them feel good and special about doing the different tasks. So if you are the answer person all the time, then that is, you are creating a bottleneck in the business for your team, which means that you're the answer person. So you can't go home for dinner and eat your dinner and do your own tasks. Maybe you've got an open door policy not serving you because it's not giving you your time back. And you're probably getting too down and dirty in the detail of the weeds of all these problems. And what we want to do is flip that over and let your team solve the problems. And that's another video that we'll talk about. Now, how do we do this? I'm going to share with you how to sell the problem, not the solution. Sell the problem to your team. Do not sell the solution. If you go selling the solution, what's going to happen? They're going to just feel completely disempowered because you've done the thinking for them. We want your team to think for themselves because that's going to give you your time back. It's going to give you headspace back, like we've talked about previously. And it's going to get the dial moving on accomplishment and achievement of strategic plans, processes, completion of tasks on time, on budget and things. Now, I had a client the other day phone me up and they had a mass redundancy from COVID. And what they realized is they had a lot of those people that made redundant, they didn't complete all the reports for the year that would enable them to get extra funding from the government, with totaling millions of dollars for the next financial year. Lucky they just found this out. But I had the manager phone me up saying, Clint, I got this problem. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's gonna mean I'm going to work, longer hours. I don't know if I can actually achieve it. I said, whoa, let's back up a second. What it actually is the problem? So we diagnosed a problem that they needed to complete all these reports. I said, well, hold on, you don't need to complete it. You're part of a team. Let's put it over to the team to actually solve it, because that would have tripled the manager's workload. So here is the system. Number one, you call a team meeting, get everyone involved. You tell them the situation. Here's the situation, and then you tell them what the problem is. And then you tell them what the impact of that problem is. And then you ask for volunteers or you ask for help. Simple as that. So call a team meeting, tell them what the situation is, what the problem is, what the impact of that problem and what it's going to cause, and then ask for help and volunteers. So it sounds something like this. Hey, everyone, as a result of all the redundancies that we've had, I've just realized we had 50 reports that are outstanding that need to be filed with the business. This will enable us to get a couple $1 million worth of grants for the next financial year. If we're unable to do that, then there may be even a couple more redundancies. We'll be seriously financially impacted. Could someone help me filing these reports? It's going to take a couple of hours. Does anyone have any ideas? Done. As a result of that, instead of the manager taking on all the burden and all the responsibility, farmed it out to the 8 team members, and within 2 to 3 days, I think it was like 3 days, they completed all of them and filed them, and now they're in a position that they're going to get these government grants just from asking for help and motivating your team. So here is the key. You call the team in, get everyone involved. Number 2, you tell them what the situation is. 3, you sell them the problem. Here is the problem. Here is the impact of that problem. Can I have some help? Really, really, couple simple steps. It's going to take you to be comfortable with that and asking for help. More often than not, we're sort of, we want to show that we're strong, but in this situation, it served them massively well, because we know engaged employees will over deliver. They'll be more engaged. They have ownership. They have that feeling of achievement. And, they're going to feel like they've got a bit of meaning and purpose within their job, that they're contributing to, whether it is the profit, the revenue, completing strategic plans. They're going to feel part of that whole mission and vision of the business that you're in.